Hello again, everyone. Edwin Leonard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about having the Sun in Pisces and a Leo ascendant in a natal chart. Now, these signs are inconjunct by sign, so they're incompatible. They are, you have a Pisces Sun. Pisces is feminine. It's introverted. Pisces can be somewhat timid, submissive, and passive, and really non-confrontational. While you have a Leo ascendant, which I think is almost nearly the antithesis or opposite of this. Leo is, of course, a masculine sign. It is extroverted and very gregarious. It is also more attention-seeking, much more attention-seeking than Pisces. It is, it's not anything but passive. And really, and is willing to be more confrontational in term as far as at least very strongly in contrast to the Sun sign Pisces. So this could be a combination where one may maybe fluctuate, or there might be some vacillation with introversion and extroversion. And you look at this. This could be a thing where the Pisces, those dreams that Pisces has, the ideals may be very big, considering Leo is the ascendant, and this person may seek some recognition or accolades for some Pisces-like things. Well, anyway, in a natal chart, the Sun sign represents our basic wants, while the rising sign or ascendant can represent the manner or method in which one attains these basic wants. So, with a Pisces, the basic wants can be connected with dreams, ideals, self-sacrifice, things connected with fantasy, maybe what they fantasize about, things of escape. And escape, I don't mean in a derogatory way. I mean escape meaning like maybe their solitude, seclusion, their alone time, where they can kind of get away from the world, so to speak, and perhaps even things connected with the spiritual realm and the metaphysical. Now, or I should say, or spirituality. Now, the thing is, having a Leo ascendant, one or more of these Pisces Sun basic wants may be perhaps attained, perhaps through spending a lot, through extravagance, whether it be a business or what have you, putting a lot of money into whatever it is they're trying to do. It could be through their magnanimous nature, through generosity, and these basic, one or more of these basic wants can come out in perhaps in a very flamboyant and magnanimous Leo-like manner. This could be the person that may bring their metaphysical or spiritual beliefs out in a very loud way. This could be somebody that may decide if there is some interest in the metaphysical or astrologies. Maybe they start try to start some kind of business. They make this make it well known to others, and it could indicate that one or more of these, I guess you could say, these Pisces basic wants, especially the dreams, ideals, may be connected with the Leo-like professions, such as entertainment, such as being an actor, performer, even jobs with children, drama, even cardiology. Perhaps somebody that really strongly likes to entertain, or something where they're being where they stand out, and it's something that's connected perhaps with attention, maybe public relations, spokesperson. And also, you got to remember that Pisces is associated with self-sacrifice, and you have a Leo ascendant that could be very magnanimous and very generous. So this could be a person that could be very generous with their self-sacrificing nature, and with that Pisces compassion. It's interesting that many of you may know, some of you may not know, that renowned American mystic Edgar Cayce was a Pisces Sun and a Leo ascendant. I mean, he was really as far as almost like a prototype for this combination, because I mean, he brought his this thing with the metaphysical or mystical ability he supposedly had, I guess, and came out in a very flamboyant way and got a lot of notoriety and recognition for it. So he really typifies and really very emblematic of this combination. I thought this was very interesting. And thing with this combination too, I think that obviously the Leo ascendant will make the sun in Pisces a lot more forceful, but at the same time the Pisces sun may tone down the Leo fiery temperament, Leo rising fiery temperament to some degree. So anyway, also it's important to look at the aspect, if any, that is made between the sun and Pisces and the Leo ascendant, as this could indicate how these energies may integrate well, or perhaps not integrate as well. Well, the thing about it is they are inconjunct by sign, and in many cases they'll be inconjunct by aspect as well. Let's say the Pisces sun is at 10 degrees and you have a Leo ascendant at 8 degrees. That would form an inconjunct aspect. And they are inconjunct by sign to begin with, so they're incompatible to begin with. But if you have incompatibility as far as the aspect goes, this could kind of intensify it a little. And even if the person is not cognizant of his or her astrological placements, it could indicate perhaps some feelings of being misconstrued or misunderstood by others due to the fact that what they're projecting outwardly may be strongly different than what is going on inside, which could lead to some inner exasperation and tension. Now, you could also have that with an opposition, out of sign opposition aspect. Let's say the Pisces sun is at 1 degree. And the Leo ascendant is at 28 degrees. Well, that would form an out of sign opposition aspect, which could be adverse and adversarial as well. And like in what I described before with the inconjunct aspect. So on the positive side, in some cases, the person may have an out of sign trine aspect take place between the sun and Pisces and the Leo ascendant. Let's say that the Pisces sun is at 28 degrees. And let's say the Leo ascendant is at 1 degree. That would form an out of sign trine aspect, which would be positive and auspicious, and you would have more of a positive integration and blending of these energies. However, they are still incompatible by sign, so you have to factor that into consideration as well. Now, it's also important to look at the house placement of the sun in Pisces, because even though the Leo ascendant may strongly suppress the sun in Pisces energy, at least superficially, the sun in Pisces energy may still come out at least somewhat prominently in that particular house that it is posited in. Now let's say that the sun in Pisces is posited in the 7th house. Well, this could accentuate, emphasize the sun in Pisces energy a little more, because as opposed to it, say, being in the 8th or 9th house, because the 7th house is an angular house, and the energies generally will come out a little stronger and more prominently in those houses. And the Pisces sun, that idealism, that dreamy quality, maybe in that strong Pisces compassion, may come out in their relationships and partnership situations. And in terms of perhaps the 7th house is also connected with open enemies or adversaries, so it could indicate that this person may use some of that a little bit more merciful or a little bit more passive in those particular situations, because it would be in the 7th house. So if the sun in Pisces is posited in the 8th house, well, this could indicate that strong, perhaps Pisces intuition may come out in matters connected, maybe with astrology, the occult, the supernatural, perhaps, and perhaps that idealism may come out in matters connected with their with their sexual partner, perhaps. So that's something to look at as far as this, and they may try to overlook their transgressions and be idealistic regarding that as well, as far as perhaps a sexual partner goes. And also, if the sun in Pisces is posited in the 9th house, well, this can indicate that, well, first I want to say that the energy may be dissipated to some degree, because the 9th house is a cadet house, and in the cadet house the energies tend to be a little bit more diminished, as opposed to the energies being in the succeedent or angular houses. So anyway, in the 9th house, it could indicate that maybe this person may like to take voyages and go to those fantasy-like places, those ideal places that where there's maybe, for example, a lot of peace, a lot of tranquility, no strife, no discord, is kind of like these Pisces kind of escaping kind of thing. And it could indicate that this person with the Pisces sun may in that house may show perhaps maybe the self-sacrifice in the self-sacrificing instinct to some degree, the charitable, compassionate side of matters pertaining to in-laws, if applicable, and it could indicate that this person might pursue maybe or may show, I should say, show some ambivalence or ambiguity, maybe in matters connected with higher education and long-distance traveling. Well, anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for having the Sun in Pisces and a Leo Ascendant in a natal chart. And stay tuned next time where I'll be dissertating and talking about having the Sun in Pisces and a Virgo Ascendant in a natal chart. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel, but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person astrologically speaking based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.